This is Rusumo. Rusumo is the border between Tanzania and Rwanda. Rusumo is mostly known as a crossing point for refugees who are trying to flee the genocide in Rwanda in 1994. It is a sad story that on this spot I'm standing today, a total of 917 bodies were buried here. 917 bodies lay buried here. How did this happen? It was because the Hutu and Tutsi ethnic strife that occurred in Rwanda, whereby close to 1 million people lost lives. The story of Rusumo border goes, during the fights towards the eastern part of Rwanda, people were trying to run away to the neighboring Tanzania. There is a very deep river called River Akagera, which runs from the north towards the south. When they were trying to pass or to cross, a few managed to swim, but those who could not swim remained on the other side. When the enemies came, as they were called, they killed these people, literally killing them and dumping them into the river. When the river swelled, it was so swollen that at some point it was not moving. But when the rains came, the bodies were swept away. There's a collection point between Akagera River and River Ruvubu where it collects some 200 meters from this place. It is the deepest part. So when farmers were passing by from Tanzania, they realized floating objects, so to say. That is when they notified the Tanzanian authority. And through Tanzanian Christian Refugee Services, the bodies were collected. It was real fishing out bodies. We are always called to be fishers of men. If you ever watch the movie made in Rwanda called April 7, there's a place you see that refugees from Rwanda were fleeing from the border, crossing to Tanzania, and most of them died inside Kagera River. Right down here, there's the River Kagera and the joining of Ruvubu, where is the deepest part of this river. So when they were trying to swim across, most of them died. Unfortunately, those who could not swim, those refugees who were running away from Rwanda, some of them tried to cross, but they didn't manage. So when the Hutus got the Tutsis, they killed them. And we are told a number close to 917 were killed and thrown in the Akagera River. When they were thrown in the river, they came down, they flew up to the falls, which is just some less than 20 meters down here. And now the Tanzania Christian Refugee Service set a trap. They set something like a net in order to collect the bodies from the river. So when the rivers were collected, men, women and children, a total of 917 bodies were collected and they were brought in this place. And as you see, this is the mass grave of the 917 people who died during the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. It is a sad story to hear, especially from the people around this place. I myself walked around here, tried to see the temperature of the people, tried to listen to the people, the tone in their voices. Nobody wants to remember that day. And myself coming here, it was through scrutiny that I had to come and get permission to come and visit this sacred place. So it's not a good sign, it's never a good story, it's never a good wish to hear of people fighting each other. This is the story of Rwanda's Tutsis and Hutus. It is a sad story indeed.